Hey everyone, welcome to AstroScoop. This is Jeff, the astrology coaching channel that does a deep dive into the planets and signs of the zodiac. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Please consider subscribe. If you're coming back, thank you once again. We're in the last and third period of Aquarius before we begin the Aquarius-Pisces cusp. James Dean was born February 8th, 1931 and died in September of 1955 at only 24 years old. So we're going to talk about his Aquarius qualities and how it relates to his time as an actor. James had a troubled childhood and was basically raised by his aunt and uncle, and he was only an actor for 5 years. James was close to his mother, but she died when he was only 9 years old, so I'm sure there was some karma there with his astrological chart and losing his mother so early. James was a great student. He was very interested in sports and drama. He seemed to excel at anything that he put his mind to. And this is what I've been talking about, this theme with Aquarians, that Aquarians are naturally talented and have a universal intelligence for many different things. Rebel Without a Cause, East of Eden, and Giant were the only 3 movies that James Dean did. So it's amazing to think in that short period that he did these 3 sort of monumental movies, and they all had a thread of angst and teenage worry and also an element of rebellion, which is associated with his Aquarius chart. Let's take a look at James Dean astrological chart. So here we have James Dean chart, February 8th, 1931. Here his sun was at 18 degrees of Aquarius, which indicates the very last decan. It's actually between the second and third decan because it's about 11 degrees away from the end of Aquarius. But we'll call it the third decan, which is the week of acceptance. And what's interesting about his chart is immediately what sticks out to me is this right here. So for those of you that don't know, this is the zodiac wheel. This sign is the ascendant or rising sign. And that's sort of the mask to the world and your mission. It represents your mission to the world. So his identity was an Aquarius. Absolutely. Air sign Aquarius. Fixed air. And his mission to the world was this daring, reckless, very assertive Aries planet rising. Now, that's in and of itself very strong. But Uranus, which is his planet, the sun in Aquarius ruled by Uranus in Aries. So Uranus in Aries, which is rebellious and very autonomous, adds to the conjunction to the rising sign here. So this corresponds to a star, a fixed star named Alpheratz or Andromeda, which is right around 13 degrees of Aries. So in the constellation, Alpheratz is a very strong star. It's a very popular star. It denotes freedom, love. It can promote fortune or riches because it has a Jupiter influence. And it's also a very strong, keen intellect, which is indicative of the Aries fire sign, which rules the head. So James had this. Now, this was also extremely accident prone. Of course, he died in a car accident at age 24. And then his node, which is his destiny or his fate, was also in Aries. So this Aries, grouping here, to me, was the most important thing to him and how he expressed his energy, especially regarding acting. So I will do a part 2 on his chart because there's so much to talk about here. But this is definitely the most striking part here, is his sun in Aquarius ruled by Uranus in Aries. And of course, he has Aries ruling the chart. As you can see from his astro chart, James Dean was an incredibly talented and complex individual, and no doubt that he died young and was troubled due to his upbringing, but also due to some of these indicators in his chart that were tough to reconcile, specifically the Aquarius sun and the Scorpio moon. Martin Sheen, Johnny Depp, Nicolas Cage, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro all mentioned in interviews that they were greatly influenced by James Dean into getting into acting. Thank you so much for stopping by today and talking about the last decanate of Aquarius and James Dean profile. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I will have a live stream, which is tomorrow night, February 10th, 2024 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Don't miss it. Until the next one, stay safe and be yourself.